everyone. Welcome. My name is Jennifer Feek. I'm a sales representative and managing partner with Forest Hill Concept and proud sponsor of Park Bench downtown Milton. On today's episode, we have the pleasure of learning with and getting to know more about Nasir Ishmail, owner of What Paint Services here in Milton. Thank you, Nasir, for joining me today.
Thanks, Jennifer, for the opportunity. It's great to be here.
To start us off, I was wondering if you could share with us a little bit about how your journey got started and what led you into this profession.
Sure. I guess I call it two lives because I had a previous life before this was my corporate life. I was in a suit and tie for about almost 20 years. I spent about 12 years with Enterprise, the car rental company. From there, I was general manager of Pella Windows and Doors, kind of a high-end window and door company. And then I was recruited into private education. So I was campus president for a couple of different colleges. And during kind of the last couple of years of that tenure, I was always a pretty handy person, individual. I learned a lot from my dad and, some tricks of the trade in terms of just being handy and good with my hands in that sense. And it was about, right, like I said, probably about 14, 15 years ago now, my best friend's aunt had asked me to come over to take a look at her kitchen because she actually asked me to help her to paint some walls for her. We had moved a number of times through my corporate life, so every time we had moved, we kind of painted the house ourselves, and it's my therapy, I guess is what I call it, because it's just my time to think. And unlike half the population loves to paint, and I think the other half doesn't. So I'm the half that does. So she asked me to come over and take a look at her kitchen. And when I got there, she actually, I was looking at the walls, and I thought, gosh, the walls actually look pretty good. It looked like it was freshly painted. And she said, no, I want you to take a look at my cabinets. And I said, well, I've never done cabinets before. So at that time, I didn't even know, where to start with that. And she had a quote to replace her whole kitchen. Back then was about $40,000 or something in that range. And I said, look, you know what, I can give it a try. If you're willing to spend that kind of money to replace the kitchen, it's certainly going to cost you a lot less, probably just dinner for me to come and do it. So I actually did quite a bit of research just because now it was a bit of a challenge for me. I went to a couple places, but one in particular, I went to Benjamin Moore, right in town. Tara and Al Ford. Tara had met with, and she was just a great resource. Gave me a lot of information about cabinet paints and just a bit on primers and things like that too. Which there's lots out there, so it can be a bit overwhelming. And back then, nobody was really doing cabinet painting per se as an actual business or a dedicated business. There's a number of interior painters dabbling in cabinets and that sort of thing, and but nobody was really doing it as a full-fledged business. So, and nor was I necessarily looking to do that by any means. I was just looking to help my friend's aunt. So, anyways, long story short, I rented bought a sprayer. I was spraying whatever I could just to get some practice on it, and I went and actually completed her kitchen, and I actually surprised myself because the kitchen turned out really well, I thought. And, that was prior to me having any kind of a process or anything like that. It was a lot of guesswork. But I figured it out, and it's over 15 years now, and she still has that kitchen. From there, I did her kitchen, and she called me about 2 weeks later. And when I saw the number, I thought, oh my gosh, there's probably something wrong with the paint, or it's coming off or something. But she told me that, she was so happy with the kitchen, and her best friend saw it, and her neighbor saw it, who lived right next door, and they wanted theirs done. That rolled. From there, it was kind of that little snowball that rolls down the hill, and it started to gain some momentum because other people were finding out, and, they were telling people about it. And so it's kind of my entryway into the cabinet painting world, if you will.
That's a great story, and we're so happy, that snowball continued to grow, right, and then grow right here in Milton. So, as you actually look towards opening a facility, what made you decide on Milton?
Yeah, well, I guess first and foremost, I lived in Milton, so that kind of made it easy just from a geographical standpoint. So when I started the business, it was literally out of my garage. And, I had a little bit of a mock spray booth kind of set up. I had a storage facility. I certainly couldn't get a car in there, so I had to park outside. But that's kind of how I started it out. And when it got to the point where it was just too much, I actually had found a spray painter, essentially, who could spray the doors for me. He had a little facility out in Mississauga. And so we would have the doors done there by him, and then I was doing all the in-house work, so removing the cabinets and the reinstall and painting and everything. And he would just spray the doors, and I would pick them up and go take them over and install them. About 7 years ago, again, just the business had been growing, and I was able to identify and locate the facility that we currently have right now in Milton, and I took that space over. We've got about 2,000 square feet there of space with we've got a kind of dedicated sanding areas so that we kind of keep the dust contained. We've got a dedicated spray booth, drying rooms. So it's a little bit unique from anybody else. And, we allow people to come in and actually tour the facility as well, too, because we figure if you're going to spend that kind of money to, transform your kitchen, come in and see what the actual product is going to look like. And for us, it was one of the things that kind of makes us a little bit different is that. But the facility that we're in now has been 7 years for us. We've been there, and it's continued to grow. And Milton's been great. I mean, we're about 4 to 6 kitchens a day is what we're working on. So I don't think that there's anybody doing that kind of volume or productivity, but we've found a way to streamline the process at our shop, and I've got a great staff.
Great employees are definitely, the key to a successful business for sure. So we know you've chatted about kitchens, but are there any other services that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, we besides the cabinet painting, obviously, we've tried to add a few other little services. We do some minor modifications to the kitchen. We can add things like trim work or light balances. Some people like some trim or cord around, even around the base cabinets. We can do that. Handles, knobs, soft close hinges. Just some of those items that kind of make the kitchen, kind of take it to the next level above and beyond the cabinet painting itself. We've really tried to be, dedicated cabinet painters and, just kind of stick to that. And that's really worked for us, I think, too, because I think I've always felt if you get into too much and try to touch too many things, you're generally good at a lot of things, but you're not necessarily great at anything. And we just wanted to be great cabinet painters. And, that's what we continue to try to do every day.
There's a lot of cabinet painters out there. So I guess the question that leaves a lot of our viewers is, why wet paint? What makes wet paint a little bit different from everybody else?
Great question. And we get that asked all the time, obviously. And, we encourage people to shop around and take a look and see what you're getting. And we're one of the few that actually has a facility that's dedicated to just cabinet painting. On top of that, one of the only companies that will allow you to come in and take a tour. So we love when people come, we invite everybody to come in, any potential client or existing client, come in and take a little bit of a tour through the facility, and we'll show you the entire process. If you were to come into my shop at any time, you'd see about 20 to 25 kitchens there at any time, but they're in different stages. So you can see the process from the sanding, cleaning, prime stages to the spray booth. You can see, doors being sprayed at the time, and then you can see completed doors as well too. And that's important because beyond samples or us bringing you a sample door, I find anybody can, take a sample door and work on it for a few days and make it look perfect. But what you see when you come into the facility is actual customer doors that are going out the next day. So that's one of the things that really makes us unique. Another thing I think kind of stands out about our company is that we've been doing it a long time. Like I said, it's been almost 15 years, and I don't know of anybody that's been doing just cabinet painting for that long. Nice thing too is, from a financial standpoint, I think our pricing is fair. But beyond that, we're one of the only contractors, I think, maybe in the world that doesn't take a deposit. You book dates with us. We've completed close to 4,000 kitchen projects now, and we have never missed a date. I joke with people. I tell them we're going to have your doors hostage. So if you want it back, you're going to pay me when we come back. So, but in a sense, it's kind of true. But like I said, we're confident that we're going to do a good job for people and make them happy at the end. And everybody's been willing to pay and has paid so far. So, my staff is all uniform. We take pride in the brand. The other thing I think is just from a quality standpoint. We do very, very few service calls.
Well, we know you've definitely established quite a loyal customer base and lots of referral business, but I do know you're always looking for new clients. So if anyone was interested in getting the process started for a free quote, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Quite simple. There's a number of ways to get a hold of us. My cell phone pretty much is never turned off, so you can always call me directly. Our website, got a great little website that allows you to fill out a contact form or again, call us directly or email. What we do is we like to come in and take a look at the kitchen firsthand and really eliminates any surprises on either end because it's tough to tell sometimes with pictures, what's going on with the kitchen. And kitchens are different. You've got different types of layout, different material, we've got some that have been painted before, some that have different stains and that sort of thing. So the process can be a little different depending on the kitchen itself, and that makes it a little bit unique. So that's why we like to come in, and we offer a free consultation. So it's a free visit for myself or my staff to come in and walk them through the process. We can give pricing, answer any questions. We take pride in just trying to be as prompt and efficient as possible.
And I know anyone who's tried to reach and deal with contractors would definitely appreciate that. That's for sure.
We do our best to make everybody happy.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to share your thoughts with us today and allowing us to know and learn a little bit more about yourself and wet paint. Having personally used the services of wet paint, I can definitely stand behind the excellent quality and amazing customer services that you provide. Milton, you need to be sure to check out Wet Paint on their social media accounts at Wet Paint Services on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, I'm Jennifer Feek, a realtor with Forest Hill Concept and proud sponsor of Park Bench Downtown Milton. Be sure to follow us and check out our local community website at parkbench.com/downtown-Milton. And if you have a business or nonprofit organization and would like to be featured, please reach out today. Take care, everyone. Until next time.